Everyone, Ray the Dashing Womble here. Crikey. Let's put a bit of light on. I mean, I look more beat up today than I do ever before. Anyway, it is 7:06 p.m. Friday night. It's going to be part. And tonight's going pretty good. I hope it's going all well for everyone else. So far, it's good. We've worked for the last just 2 hours. And we're already at $68. So that's a good start. I think the first one was like $9.50. Then I went up to done a catering offer for crying out loud. I've done a catering offer. That was for the Thai restaurant, and then that turned out to be about nearly $40. And then I just dropped one off just now, and that was from the Japanese restaurant, and that turned out to be someone's flipping thing is right off. That turned out to be how much was that? $38. Well, okay, so my flipping adding is gone. Anyway, doing very well, a bit better than I thought actually. Anyway, so yeah, Friday night is going good so far, and like I said, it's only 7:07 apparently. So hopefully everybody else is doing real well. I'm intending to stay out a bit later tonight, but and especially if people are paying these prices. So yeah. Anyway, thought I'd just start off. I didn't do a video for last night because we got home and I had such a hard time flipping getting home, because tired was not the word. Tired was definitely not the word by the time we got home. And Mrs. Womble went in the house, and the next thing I know is there was on the window and the door opened, because I fell asleep in the van. Kept it. I just, as soon as we got home, parked on the driveway, poof, gone. That was me. Anyway, I'll be back on here in a little while. By the way, we're at Quick Trip. This is Quick Trip, on which looks like every other bloody Quick Trip, no doubt, in the land. Near enough. And Quick Trip near Greenwood on 150 highway, near between Greenwood and Raintree Lake. That's where we are. Talk to you all in a bit. Ta-da. Everyone, Ray the Dashing Womble here. Well, hope everyone had a great Friday. As you saw in the beginning, I actually did an intro video when we actually a little bit into our shift, and that was it really. Our shift didn't last. Our productive shift really didn't last that long. I wish we'd gotten out earlier. Well, we was actually out earlier. I mean, we actually started around about 4:30, but we was up in maybe about 4 miles northwest of here. Went to food place that restaurant that we hadn't been to for a little while, but it's called Dixon's Chili. It's been around. I can't remember the date how long it's been around. But if your history's any good, Harry S. Truman used to go in there, and he was one of the presidents, wasn't he? Don't ask me which number. But anyway, yeah, and it was good. It was good. I didn't take any pictures or anything, I don't think. But if I did, I'll put them up here. But anyway, nice little place to go to. But we was out of our delivery zone for sure. I did put it on for, dash along the way. By the way, it's 3 a.m. on Saturday morning. We got home and I started, we got home early for a change, and I was a bit tired. Not as bad as yesterday. Good grief, I'll tell you about yesterday in a bit. But I just started watching a few videos, etc. Whilst Mrs. Womble's gone in to watch the telly shows that she's taped for herself. She likes a lot of food telly. Me, I just get hungry watching it. Anyway, what was I looking at? But yeah, you know, there was a few offers that came in, but along the way, but not many. That I was pretty surprised that not many came in, but what did come in wasn't profitable enough. And it was going the wrong way anyway. I wanted to actually get to Lee's Summit, and it was just going the wrong way, so didn't do it, and it wasn't paying enough. So anyway, so we got to the delivery area, and yeah, the first job that I did was Firebirds. And where did that go? Where did he go? We weren't far away, but anyway, it was $9.50, and it was. I mean, we weren't going that far away. It stayed at 9.50. Actually, I think that went to Greenwood, didn't it? But anyway, so when we got back, we ended up going back over to Firebirds and got a job for, where was that bloody job for? Or from, rather. Is that the one from Sickies or the other? Oh, good grief, let me look. Oh, there you go. The second one was, which was actually the first catering order that we did, was Mai Tai, or Mali Tai, excuse me, I always call it Mai Tai. Got over there, wasn't so many cars outside, but there was it's always hard getting if you've been served in that place. A lot of the time it's hard getting served. And I don't know. I guess it must be just down to maybe the owners or whatever now. Because there only seems to be like 2 of them in there. 3 of them at the most. But, well, at least out the front. How many in the kitchen? Do not know. But anyway, this woman, she came out, the lady that's there, she's not very personable. And I'm stood there, I actually took in the catering bag, which I generally don't do. But it seemed like there was going to be a few items. I thought, well, I better take it all in. It might be easier to carry the food out. Glad I did. But anyway, she comes out, by which time a couple walked in. and I'm stood at the counter in there, or at the front desk, excuse me, and this couple walks in, and the woman's looking around for a menu, I suppose, but anyway, while we were waiting, and then I'm going to say it's a waitress or whoever, I'm not sure who it is. Anyway, she came out and she said, two? And they went, yep. And she looks at the woman and then looks at me, because she's asked the husband, and she looks at me and I'm like, Doordash? For whomever? I know what the name was. But anyway, and then she turns around to the woman and says, yeah? She says, I'm with him. I mean, there's a total of 3 of us in the flipping front of the building. I mean, why on earth are you asking me? Are you thinking that I'm with this bloke or something? Do you think many flipping people are wandering around with a bloody great catering bag with Doordash on it and going out to eat at night? You think that's going to be your bloody leftovers flipping bag or what? Oh, yeah. And yeah, they go and seat them. Then she comes out and gives me all the bags. I think there was 3 of them. They just about fitted in that catering bag. And standard thing, this customer that it went to, we've been to several times, and it seems like they never changed their instructions. It's always make sure that the food is correct, that the order is correct. I'll put it down here. And it's, well, actually, it might be too big. I might have to go up there. But anyway, so I cannot flipping check your food. Why do you ask me this? Why do you leave this on there? You've got to understand by now, we cannot check your food. All we can do is say, is it all there? And they go, yeah. That's it. Because if it's a decent restaurant, the restaurant has sealed the flipping packaging. Well, in this case, they've tied the flipping plastic bags together. And that's it. We cannot go through your bloody food. I don't know what these people think that we can do to check that it's there. All we can do is say, is it all there? When they go yes, and we have to take them at their word, and then we deliver it to the customer, and if something's missing, who the bloody hell do you think is going to get the blame? The driver, of course. But we cannot flipping check your food. We cannot open it. We cannot touch it. We're not flipping certified to do that. Plus, do you really want us some of the drivers delving into your food? Bloody hell, I've seen some of the drivers. I've got hand sanitizer and that in my van. Several of them. So if I had to, I wouldn't. But, I mean, I'm always clean. And, it's, the most stupidest flipping thing that you've been asked us. We cannot check it. No matter how crappy the food, if it's a McShite or a flipping Wendy's or a Tacky Bell, we cannot go through the flipping food for you. Anyhow, so went off and delivered this one. Had to go around the houses a little bit because, well, there was what was the problem? Oh, the roads are blocked off. A couple of the roads have been being worked on, so we have to go around a little bit. Took a little ways to get to this one. And actually that one, that's right, because I had to go down and get onto View High. So I went into a place called Longview, or towards Longview. And Longview Campus Park, whatever. They have a Christmas in the Park, is what they call this thing. And we got to the road where the junction where it all starts, or not where it starts, where you get towards the campus, and they opened up Christmas in the park on Thanksgiving, and this is what I presume that the police were there for. But the police were there, and they were directing traffic or what. I don't actually know, because that was ahead of me. I didn't need to know what the bloody hell was going on, because I'm turning right, and it's a big road. I mean, there's it's at least 3 lanes when it gets to that end. And but I'm turning right, so I don't give a flying shit. I don't care what's happening up there. It could have been an accident for all I know, but there was about to be a bloody another one, I know that, which I should go to look at on there, because I went to turn right, and some dipstick that was in that lane decided they were going to turn right too and cut in front of me. Bearing in mind I haven't really had to stop, because I'm going that way, I'm turning right, there's nothing coming that way, that's all I need to know. So I turn around, dipstick in this lane in a stupid little Mazda possibly, or Toyota or whatever it was, turned straight in front of me, and I anchored up. And it was raining. Bloody idiot. Wish these people would flipping pull the brains out of their asses and actually look at what's going on. Anyhow, aside from that, carries on down towards the customer's house. Got up, must be quite a wealthy neighbourhood up there, out of the way. They got lights and all along the way, driving up their little lane and that. Pulls up in there. Now there's all Christmas lights all down the flipping lane, on everybody's fences. It's quite nice driving down there a little bit. I mean, there could have been a bit more lighting where you could actually see the southern road a bit better. But anyway, and then I pulls into this house where we were delivering to. I guess they didn't want to spend any more money on the electric to flipping put some lighting towards their walkway. So don't worry, I lit it up. But anyway, I went off and delivered that. It was a very heavy bag. I took that flipping catering bag to that. Oof, bloody heavy. Bloody heavy. But with this house, every bloody time I go there, there's always like a hose pipe or whatever going across the pathway towards their house. And like I said, it was dark up there anyway, except for the headlights. But it's not always visible. It's a dark green thing, and it's not always visible. It's always dirty and muddy and all that up there. It's a nice house too. But anyway, so you always have to look at where you're going, that's for sure. Anyhow, I took a picture of that and got back to the van. I think it was at... actually, I'm not quite remember. It may be about $20 or something. Can't quite remember. No, it was $28.50. Excuse me, $28.50 on that one that I took it at, and it turned out to be, I think, 33 or 36. You know, I would have put everything up here, and very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you for the hazard. It was been bit of a pain getting there for roadwork reasons, and because of some dipstick pulling out in front of me. But it was a welcomed payout at the end of it, for sure. Hang on. There's always some odd noises around here in the middle of the night. I don't know what goes on. Let me go check something. But anyway, so anyway, yeah, the next one was, I'm not quite sure where I've got to. I went back to Firebirds, that was it. Went and parked over there again. And it came in from Sicky's, whichever it is, steakhouse. Another catering offer. and we was a little ways away from it. It was kind of like midway through the middle of town, and but I was a bit reluctant to take it, mainly because Sickies gets really busy, and there's just no waiting room now, and they can make you wait in there. It's ridiculous how flipping long they can make a driver wait in there. Absolutely ridiculous. The most time I've ever waited in there was about 30 minutes or so, and I'm glad I did. It was a catering offer at that time, and I think it was like the Chiefs were playing one time. Well, they always playing, aren't they? But I think that's what was going on that day. But anyway, I was in contact with the customer all the time, and they were supposed to have got it at a certain time, and all the time Sickies has kept me waiting. But like I said, I kept in contact with the customer through the messenger on the app, and it was like I'd accepted the job, and I think it was like about $20 or $25, but it was a catering offer. And anyway, this at the end of it, when I said to the customer, as soon as I get it, it'll take me 10 to 15 minutes to get to you. But that's as soon as I get it in my hands. And I was true to the word on that. I definitely did get it there in that time. But she was clearly not happy at that point. Not with me. I think she was peeved off with the restaurant. But I still got nearly $90 for it. It went up very unexpectedly to that. So I generally wait around if it's a catering offer, because sometimes, not that we've ever had them that high, well, we have had them, but not that we are getting that high every time, but they do tend to increase most times. If they're saying that they're a catering offer and it's under $10 or at $10 and under, generally I don't bother, because I've been burned by a few of those before as of late. But anyway, this offer comes in for Sickies. It's about $20 or so. I goes over there, I waits about 10 minutes or so, and it came out. And place was starting to get busy around that time, and it was 3 big bags, and I hadn't taken the bloody catering bag with me, or in with me. But anyway, I was able to carry everything out and get it packed away in the van, in the catering bag. And went off to Greenwood with that one. That was where that one went. And that one turned out, I think it was about $20 or so. I think it went, that's right, it came out at $34.95 on that one. And it's always funny when we go to some of these houses, you go up there and they're spending quite well on their dinners and such, but like we pulled up on their driveway and I went, Range Rover. Bit the flipping temporary tags are out, but you're ordering food. Bloody hell, it was a heavy bag of food too. Anyway, about a month out on their flipping temporary tags on their Range Rover. Jeez. Anyway, so they got insurance. So anyway, got that one up the steps, put it outside and took the picture and that. And proceeded to go back to town. So gets back on 291, and we gets to the junction of 291 and, oh bloody hell, Bailey Road. which changes into Pretzels Road, the other, or yeah, something like that road, the other side of it. So it gets to that junction, traffic light goes red, goes amber to red. So I slowed down. It's raining. Well, it's definitely wet on the road. Can't remember if it was raining at that time or not. And then I'd stopped. Car across the way had stopped, but there was still an open lane. And I've got to find the video for that. But this idiot, I think it was a white SUV, and I think it was a Tahoe. But again, I'll find out once I dig the video out. And this idiot in his flipping SUV just went barreling through the flipping red light, and it was red. It was well red. And the speed that the thing was going, I thought that we was going to see someone. The speed that thing was going, if someone had pulled away from a light, I'm really glad no one had done. It would have launched a car. It would have clearly launched a car and killed someone. No doubt in my mind, they would have killed someone in a car. That was just going about their business. Just because this idiot wanted to flip and run the light. I get that if you cannot stop, and this is actually part of the British Highway Code, is if you cannot stop, I can't remember the word for word, but if I find it, I'll put it up here. If you cannot stop safely, not at a red light, at an amber light, then you can proceed through. If you cannot stop safely, that means if you know that you can stamp on the brakes and there's a car closely behind you that may flipping run in the back of you, or if the road is wet, you know that you're going too quick for the flipping road, or if it's flipping snow or ice on the ground, and you know that if you brake, you're going to lose control of the vehicle. But this idiot just flew through it. And like I said, if I get the video should be on the dash cam. I haven't pulled it yet. And there's no doubt in my mind they would have killed someone. So, and it goes again what I always say, is before you pull away from the lights, always look. The trouble is this one had gone through the light, whereas many vehicles would have been already moved on, whether they stopped to actually look at the traffic or not, because it had been on a few seconds, and it only takes a few seconds to actually look at what's going. You think, okay, no one coming, go on. But you go on, and this thing it only takes you a few seconds to look. If you're lucky enough that you can actually see that there's an idiot coming through that light, approaching that light at speed, then you know not to move. But if cars are coming from that way, then they wouldn't have been, well, even if they were coming from this way, they wouldn't have seen it, the right or the left, because we were there. They may well have seen it if they were coming from the right, but from the left, I very much doubt they would have seen anything coming, because there was the car it was an open lane obviously next to us, because we was in the right hand lane going straight, and then there was a car, it was an SUV that was over on the left, and then there was another vehicle behind it. What was behind it from there, I don't know. And then there was another vehicle behind us. So I don't know, this vehicle may well have been too obscured for vehicles on either side of us. And of course, flipping, there was oncoming vehicles that may well have... I don't think the light was for them anyway, so it's just for the crossways. But if someone had pulled out in front, had carried on across there, that thing would have launched them. Not only would it have launched it, it would have flipping put someone else's life at risk. If they had moved that car along where it hit sideways on the side, it would have moved it, and that car would have either gone towards a flipping lamppost or another vehicle that was on the opposite side of the road. So I'm going to find that video, and I'm going to post that video, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to try my damnedest to find the number on that vehicle too, because they deserve to be beat, not only be shamed, but flipping, if I could find it, I'd send it to the flipping local cops. Can they do anything? Don't know, but I wish they would flipping look, because that idiot is an utter fool and arsehole. Definite arsehole. Because they had total disregard from anyone's life. Total disregard. I mean, I don't say I'm a saint at flipping driving quickly, but you don't flipping do any of that shit when you're in traffic, or if the damn weather's bad. I mean, if it had been late at night, no one's flipping around, well, you don't go for a red light. But, I mean, no one's around. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, depending on what flipping whereabouts you are, and you can actually see everywhere around you, and the light's amber or whatever, then go through the damn thing. But not when there's traffic. Crying out loud, and the weather's bad. I mean, if you want to flipping drive around like a clown like that when there's nothing else on the road, and it's your fault if you come off the road. But don't involve everyone else in your flipping stupid antics. Absolutely dumb asses. But other than that, no. So after those catering offers, we ended up sitting around. I mean, we were worked up until about, 7 o'clock or so, I think. Just after 7 is when I made that first video. And then we got kicked off because it would only let us on for like an hour at a time, half hour at a time. It was ridiculous how it does. And it's a Friday night, for crying out loud. And you look at the map and it was grey. Well, it'll come back red in again. And then I was trying to schedule it, and it said the next time I could schedule was like 10 o'clock or something. Okay, so I'll take that one. At the time it was, I don't know, about 7:30 or so, 8 o'clock, something like that. It was crazy. It's like, what the hell? It's a Friday night. It's wet. Anyway, we did get on, and there was just crazy offers coming through. Crazy offers. And Doordash with their stacks. Good grief. Doordash system must know what are the bad tipping combinations of restaurants. And what I mean by that is the wait times. I mean, you cannot go to flipping Freddy's, not Freddy's, Jack in the Box or Whataburger. Not that I ever go to Whataburger, but in it, because I already know what crap they are. I mean, waiting wise. That's why I never go there anymore. And I can see the line what goes through there. But you don't go to you don't match up Whataburger or Jack in the Box, gosh, with Panera Bread, like the Panera Bread, or the Mint, or oh yeah, don't flipping go to bloody 54th Street either. It's another one that's very bad on a Friday night, unless it gets really late. But then go there. But to match some of these restaurants, Don Chewy's, oh my good God, talk about slow. But anyway, you can't match those slow restaurants up with the likes of the Mint, who are very flipping quick for the most. They're mostly done. But you always know that they're working on your order. I love going to the Mint, without a doubt. I love to eat there too. But it's you cannot match the slow restaurants with those, especially as they're stacked and they're all going to different houses. I mean, if they send you to 54th Street or Don Chewy's or Whataburger, and then you go to the Mint, then that person from the Mint is going to be what? Well, they know that you're there waiting for them. But the person from Don Chewy's has already waited half an hour for it to bloody well get ready. It's Doordash's flipping algorithm certainly needs some work when it comes to stacking offers. That's for sure. I'll put my winter jacket over me because I want to keep turning the bloody van on. And this thing's like a bloody sleeping bag. In fact, last night when we came home, I was so it was brutal coming home. I was so tired. God, I was so tired. It was very hard work getting home. And got here, Mrs. Womble went indoors, and I just zonked out. I turned the engine off, and that was it. Poof, gone. At some point during the morning hours, I guess I must have woke up, put a blanket or whatever on me. I've got one of a thin little blanket in the back, and put this over me, my winter jacket, which is like a bloody sleeping bag by the feels of it. But anyway, I was out. Next thing I knew, it was like early. It was about 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, and Mrs. Womble going. She wanted to wake me up because she was going to dialysis. Crikey, is it early? Oh, wait. I don't always go with her to dialysis. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, so that was it. That was really it. We didn't do a whole lot. We done three deliveries. Get it right. And but we did all right out of them. Trying to think what exactly I did do. I think it was turned out to be about. I'll add it up anyway. It'll come out it came out all right. And that was in 2 hours. About 2 hours we did that monies. Around about $80, $85. But for the rest of the night, we ended up giving up about 11 or so, I think, is when we ended up. Said, enough, let's go home. And that was it. Came home and I'm still out here. Anyway, I think that'll do it. I'll find that video. I may put it on a separate video, but I also may treat you all to the clip at the end of it. At the end of this one. We'll see. If it goes on a separate video, I'll put that down below. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And be safe out there. There's some idiots on the road. Boy, there's some idiots on the road, so be safe. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Ta-da. He dashes here, he dashes there, he dashes every bloody where. He dashes up, he dashes down. That dashing Womble gets all over town. Whoa!